Greetings, I'm Dr. Sean Reed, author of the Dating Toolbox, available on Amazon.com. Okay guys, so if you like what you see in here today, please hit that like and subscribe button. Okay, so today I want to talk about how to pass her shit tests. Okay, they're called shit tests for a reason, because women will always do these things that seem so freaking annoying and argumentative, but what they really are is they are attempts to test their man. If a woman gives you shit tests, it means she has interest in you. Women don't shit test men they're not interested in. So a shit test really is a good thing, and the key is you must pass that test. The way you pass that test is you stay calm and you don't overreact. So today I'm going to talk about how to pass shit tests. These shit tests go on forever, 18 years in a marriage, or when you first meet a woman, okay? So you're going to get tested, and if you watch all today's video, I will tell you how to pass those tests. I'll start with talking about how to pass tests in a long-term relationship, in an 18-year-old marriage. Also, how to pass tests when you're first meeting and dating women. If and when you pass these tests, you drive her interest level higher every time. If you don't pass these tests, her interest level will become lower. She'll fall out of love with you. Okay, so the first question is, why do women do this? Why do women test their men? It's the product of evolution. Okay, 100,000 years ago, men were tested daily. They had to hunt, they had to gather, they had to protect. Men were constantly tested, and only the men that passed these tests would have sex with women and reproduce with them. Women, if you weren't able to hunt, gather, and protect, you weren't going to have sex. So women have always selected through evolution men who can pass tests. So today is different. We live in modern society. We're not hunting, we're not gathering, but women still have that biological need to test men. And so we're going to talk about how to pass those tests. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with some situations in a long-term relationship. I'm going to do this because I made a video the other day about the fact that you must always be willing to walk away from a relationship. And then I got a bunch of posts saying, oh, what if we've been married for 15 years and I'm going to lose my house? I'm going to lose my money. You can't have that mindset, guys. That is a mindset of fear and weakness. Ironically, if you have that weak mindset, if you're constantly worried about your money, if you're constantly worried about what you're going to lose, you're going to lose your woman. She's going to lose respect for you, and she's going to drop out of love. So you can't, I know, guys, we're talking about, maybe more than $1 million here, but you can't live in fear of that. And as I said, if you don't live in fear, if you pass these tests, you're going to keep her in love and she's going to stay with you. That's the irony. So the best way of not losing all your stuff is by not being fearful of that. And let me give you some examples. 2.5 years ago, I was going to make another run at a bodybuilding pro card. I tried in my 50s. I didn't get it. I was almost going to turn 60. So I was going to compete in the 60 and over, where I've been told that I would most assuredly get my pro card. So I was training really, really hard one day. I was supersetting, and I had a massive seizure, and I got rhabdomyolysis. And I went to the hospital. I died twice, interestingly, on the table. They brought me back to life. I was in ICU with a tube down my throat for 4 days. But as a result of that, I now have to take a bunch of medications. And these medications are extremely expensive, like $2,000-$3,000 a month. I've got to see various doctors on a regular. I feel great, and I still work out really hard, and I live a vigorous and active lifestyle, but I take a bunch of really expensive medications. So my wife has pipped off, if you divorce me, you're going to lose your health. I'm on my wife's health insurance. You're going to lose your health insurance, and you'll die. And I'm like, if I think that way, if I worry every second about my life, my attitude is F you. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not going to accept unacceptable behavior. So I talked about the other day the fact she took this little vacation without me. And normally, my reaction was to get mad and to argue with her. I didn't do that. I simply said, okay, fine. What I do in situations like that is I'll go out with my buddy Walter. I'll go dancing. And even though I'm old and ugly, I still attract women. I still dance with plenty of women. And my wife knows that eventually, if she keeps pulling crap with me, that eventually I'm going to do more than dance with one of these women. And I'm sorry people say, oh, how could you cheat on your wife? She is doing behavior that's unacceptable. So I will not tolerate it. You can't be, the point here, guys, is you can't live in fear. Okay. So I'm 62. I don't get, if I got divorced, I wouldn't get, Medicare till I'm 65. I'm almost 63. So there'd be a 2.5 year period where I don't have health insurance. I don't think that way. Similarly, my son is a wrestler. And he's got his little group of friends that kind of idolize him and they want to be wrestlers. But I know this one kid, he's afraid to wrestle because he's afraid of getting hurt. And I tell him, you can't live your life that way. If you live your life in constant fear, that is no life. So again, guys, you have to have this mentality, this mindset of fearlessness. Be a freaking man. Don't live your life in fear. So if your wife is doing things that are unacceptable, do not tolerate it and do not fear the consequences. Do not think, oh, I'm going to lose my house. Oh, I'm going to have to pay child support. You can't think that way. And like I said, guys, if you live a life that's fearless, women are drawn to that. They will be attracted to that. So that's a little bit about how we handle disrespect and shit tests in 20-year relationships is we still don't tolerate them. Okay, so what I want to talk about now, I know a lot of you guys aren't in long-term marriages. A lot of you guys want to go out and meet women, seduce women. You want to run a 3-woman rotation. Let me talk now about some of the things, some of the shit tests you're going to get earlier on in relationships and how you deal with them. Okay, so first, like I said, we always stay calm. We don't get angry. Okay, if you get angry, you fail the shit test. So we stay calm. Ideally, we use humor to diffuse it. So I remember I was dating this one girl, gorgeous gal, tall, light-skinned Chinese girl, from northern China. Had 3 girlfriends from Beijing. Really gorgeous gal, and we had some incredible sex. So she, we've been dating for a few months, and basically she comes over to my house. She had moved to my Saturday slot, and we had sex every Saturday, incredible sex. And she come over one night, she says, we're not having sex tonight. Okay? Now, what's your initial reaction? Your initial reaction is to get mad and to argue with her. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. My response was, okay, I don't want you to do anything that doesn't make you comfortable. We'll just watch a movie together. It's okay. I passed that shit test, and lo and behold, we ended up having sex anyway. So again, guys, you gotta pass that shit test. What's another one? You meet a girl, and she says, are you hitting on me? I say, yes. That's it. I say, yes, I don't get flustered. No, I'm not hitting on you. No, I just confidently leaned in and I said, yes. This is, of course, many, many years ago when I was single. Okay, that's another way to pass the shit. Are you hitting on me? I would say yes. Is it working? Okay. Again, stay calm, you guys. Pass these shit tests. Another one. You're a player. Are you a player? Instead of getting flustered and going, no, I said, player? What's a player? Maybe I'll ask my mom. Maybe she knows the answer to that, right? You stay calm. You use a little humor. You diffuse the situation. Okay, another time, a girl told me, you're not my type. I don't like guys with big muscles. So my response to her was, I'm not anybody's type. Right? We stay calm, we diffuse it, we use humor. Okay? Another one. So you guys all know that one of the things I advocate, my big part of my program is having a 3-woman rotation. So I have you, ideally, I have you dating a gal, say Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And if you, again, the way we run this rotation is we keep our number one gal on Thursday or Tuesday or any day except Friday or Saturday. Why? We want her wondering what we're doing on the weekend. Why don't you take me out Saturday night? So she'll ask, why don't you take me out Saturday night? Are you seeing other women? To which you respond, yeah, only about 20 or 30, but you're my favorite. Okay? So again, guys, we use humor. We don't, most guys, they'll, oh, no, I'm not seeing other women. Or they'll lie about it. Don't lie. Diffuse it with humor. Stay calm. Stay relaxed. That's how we pass these shit tests, guys. And women will always test you. What happens is it gets easier and easier to pass these shit tests. So, as I said earlier, my wife took this vacation out of the blue. I wanted to go to this new club opening. I asked her, hey, let's go to this new club on Saturday. And she's like, no, I'm going to Round Rock. That's someplace in Texas. And my initial action is, I wanted to get mad. I didn't get my way. I stayed calm. I said, fine. She took her trip. I didn't call her. I didn't text her. She called me. I didn't answer. Right? And then surely enough, the next day, she comes into my room and goes, are you angry with me? I'm like, no, why would I be angry? And she's like, I'm sorry, baby, I took a trip without you. Right. So if you have a good woman, generally she's going to apologize and the shit test will get easier. Every time you pass that shit test, her interest in you will get higher. And sure enough, we're going out this Saturday. All right, guys. So if you like what you saw and you heard today, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you want to improve your dating life, it's all here in my book, only $13, available on Amazon.com. So below you'll see a link to my book. If you have any comments, we need to talk about this because I know a ton of guys were posting in my last video. They're like, oh my God, I can't be willing to walk away. I'm going to lose my house. You can't live in fear, guys. Don't live in fear. Pass her shit test and she will love you for it.